Hello, this is my random thoughts about divorce, and I just want to encourage you all to not get divorced. It's very difficult. I have been through a divorce, as most of you know if you have been watching my videos, and I went through a divorce when I was a kid, and it was very hard. And I always said I wouldn't put my kids through that, but things happen, and you can't really control everything. But I was thinking the other day, I swear one thing that caused my parents' divorce was that we got two stray dogs, like about 6 months, or it could have been 2 or 3 months before they divorced. And I just wonder if like the stress of that is partly what caused their divorce, because dogs are loud and they bark. And when we got them, they had fleas and ticks, so we had to give them flea baths. And I don't know how we got all the ticks off, but anyways, it was pretty disgusting. And then it was a boy and a girl, and one of them the girl got pregnant, and she had puppies. And this is like the most disgusting story ever. They were outside. We had them in a kennel outside because we didn't have a fence in our backyard. And for some reason, flies laid maggots all over the puppies. And I just remember, like, my last memory of my parents being together and married was like this puppy we decided to keep, but they kept having to wash maggots out of its ears. And I remember the puppy squealing. And I swear that was like the last straw. And then they got divorced. And it's just like, it's so crazy. But like things like that, like you don't even think, like stress, like you really got to watch out for stress for yourself, for your all of you as a family, for you as a couple. Like, try to keep your stress level low, because it'll get to you. And either it can cause a heart attack, obviously, or high blood pressure, or couples breaking up, or just all kinds of things. So, yeah, watch out for stress. And remember to lay down a few times a day if you can. And have a hobby. My hobby is writing poems, and I really enjoy that. I like using Canva to make the backgrounds and stuff, and I saw that on an ad on Twitter. But it's good to have some hobby that makes you feel like worthwhile, like you're useful to society. Which is tricky for stay-at-home moms, because we can feel like we're not contributing. I mean, we're contributing raising a kid, but other than that, like, we feel like we're not contributing to society. So anyways, it's nice to write, but that can help you de-stress, if you have a hobby, some way to contribute to society. What else should I say about divorce? Don't do it. Think carefully before you do it. It doesn't just affect you, it affects everybody. It affects your kids and everybody, extended family, grandparents, and it just makes everybody sad for a long time. There's a good talk by Joyce Meyer where she's talking about divorce, and she gives very good advice. She says, if you're thinking about it, just take time to think about it. It's better if you don't do it, because you're going to have the regret. You're going to miss that person. And, you might think that the grass seems greener on the other side, but it's probably not. So I've just thought like a few times, if I could go back in time, which where I'm living now, it feels kind of like going back in time. But if I could go back in time, I would go back to when my youngest daughter was 1 and my oldest daughter was 3, and we were living in a duplex, and we had a big backyard, which is similar to the yard I have now. And I guess my current life does feel like going back in time, because now I have a 1-year-old again, and he looks very similar to my youngest daughter. And I have a big backyard again. But yeah, if I could go back in time, I would, before the divorce, and not let it happen. But now I'm on my second chance, and everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody should get a second chance. Did I deserve the divorce? I don't know. I had kind of a spending problem. Watch out, ladies, for spending on Amazon or Walmart.com or anything, shopping in stores, whatever. Try and keep a limit on yourself every week. Don't just buy when you feel like buying something. You should have a budget every week of what you allow yourself to spend, something that you agree on with your mate, something that's affordable, so that you can have some fun spending money, but you don't want to go overboard, you know. So, and obviously it's good to save a little bit every week. That's another reason I think why my divorce happened, was my ex wanted to save, and it's like I didn't know how to save. I had never saved because I guess I always thought saving means you have anxiety about your future, and I feel like